Hello, everyone. On this podcast episode, I'm going to talk about fame again and why I actually hate fame. You know, I know I've talked about this topic before in a previous podcast. But I just wanted to touch up on it again. And the reasons why I hate fame. I want to talk about the reasons why I hate fame, like I did before. Fame is not. Many people chase after fame without realizing that it may be the only thing that could ruin their lives. The major thing that will break their lives, that will ruin it completely, is what they keep chasing after. There's so many people chasing after fame. There's so many people chasing after money, without realizing that these are the things that could potentially ruin your life. Fame itself will ruin your life. Do you know why? Because the world do not like sinners. Nobody likes evil people, right? Nobody likes evil people, not even other evil people. Nobody likes rapists, not even other rapists. No one likes killers, not even other killers. Nobody likes thieves, not even other thieves. Nobody likes liars, not even other liars. It's just how life works. The world demands perfect people. The human race, when the human race sees you as a celebrity, they picture you as a perfect person. They want you to be a perfect person, a sinless person, someone who has never sinned in their entire lives, someone who never makes mistakes. You're not a person who never makes mistakes. Every human being on this planet makes mistakes, yet the world do not want you to make mistakes. The more famous you are, the more the world would demand you to be perfect, to be sinless, to be a person who never makes mistakes. Yet it is impossible for you to be a person who never makes mistakes. You will always make mistakes in this world. And every time you make a mistake, it's no different from betraying your fans. It's no different from betraying the world. The world do not like people who make mistakes. The world do not like people who sin. So if you're someone who's chasing after fame, know that you were created by God to make mistakes. In the eyes of God, you're just a child, and a child is expected to make mistakes. You were created to make mistakes, just like a child. You make mistakes, like a child. Before a child can walk, it must first crawl. And then every time it tries to stand up, it falls back up, it falls back down again. Every time the child starts to try to walk, it falls back down. The child always makes mistakes before it can walk. And then after it walks, it learns how to run, also making mistakes, also falling constantly. You were born to be just like a child. You were born to make mistakes, but you weren't born to stay there. You were born to grow. God created you to make mistakes and grow. God created you to grow, to make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and grow and become a stronger and stronger person, just like a child. You should grow and become a stronger and stronger person until you become a great man of God or a great woman of God. That's the point of view of God. That's why God created you, to make mistakes and grow. But the world doesn't, want that. The world wants a perfect person. If you're chasing after fame, just know what the world expects of you. The world expects you to be a perfect person. But yet, God created you to be what? Somebody who makes mistakes. God created you to be a person who makes mistakes, a person who grows, a person who rises up from the ashes of their old self, from their old mistakes. So don't you see how contradictory it is? How contradictory it is? The world does not want you to make mistakes. Yet, God created you to be a person who makes mistakes, a person who sins, a person who learns from their mistakes, a person who grows, a person who becomes a better person every single day, becomes a stronger person every single day, become a more righteous person every single day. That's who God created you to be. So if you chase after fame as a person who makes mistakes, it's only a matter of time before you betray the world, before you make a mistake in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of the public. And guess what? All your fame will become infamy. The world will ruin your life because you betrayed their expectations. You ruined your life because, you chased after the only thing that will ruin you. The only thing that will ruin your life is, the most is, fame. You become famous and you start making mistakes. Guess what? The world will turn against you. The world will betray you for betraying them. They expect you to be a perfect person who never makes mistakes. Yet you're not. The life of a celebrity is a very sad life because, they're like a tree who wants to rest. A tree stuck in a violent storm. The tree that's stuck in a violent storm wants to rest, but the violent wind will never let it. At first, it was fun. At the beginning of the storm, the tree, was fun for the tree to be hit here and there by the storm. But after a while, the tree starts to realize that it's had enough. All this fame is enough. All the constant, nagging and demands from the fans, from the celebrities, from everyone around you. It's enough. But yet, just because the celebrity wants to rest does not mean the fans will let him. Just because the tree wants to rest does not mean the storm will let it. This is where you're going towards. It's easy to go to hell, but hell is a very dangerous place to be in. Hell is a very torturous and sorrowful place to be. It looks beautiful from the outside, just like being a celebrity looks perfect from the outside. You only see the benefits of going to hell. You never see the downsides of going to hell. You only see the benefits of being a famous person. You never see the downsides of being a famous person. There are downsides of being a famous person. You can go from being, overnight, you can go from being someone that everyone reveres to someone that everyone hates just for one mistake alone. If you just make one mistake, that's enough for the whole world to turn against you. Yet you're a human being that makes mistakes. Can't you see the problem there? You're a human being that was born to make mistakes, yet the world wants you to be perfect. The world wants you to be a sinless person who never makes mistakes. This is the life you're going towards. A life where every mistake you make will be punished by the public. You'll be mocked and insulted for every mistake you make in this world. The moment you become a famous person, every single mistake you make could be used to ruin your life. Every single one. Because the world does not like sinful people. The world does not like sin. The world does not like people who make mistakes. So if you're someone who's chasing after fame, know what you're chasing after. It's not a happy place. Hell is not a happy place to be in. Hell is not a happy place to be in. No matter how perfect it looks from the outside, it only looks perfect from the outside. Once you enter hell, that's when you start to realize that there's no happiness here. There's no joy here. There's no peace here. Even when you want to rest, hell will never let you rest. So if you're someone who chases after fame, know what you're chasing after and be prepared to be insulted, mocked, bullied, or even killed for making simple mistakes, depending on the country you live in and depending on the mistake you made. Be prepared for that, because this fame that you're chasing after will burn you sooner or later the moment you make a mistake in the eyes of the public. Just one simple mistake will ruin your life if you're a famous person. Just one. Not many, just one. So that's it for today's podcast episode. I pray for everyone's good health, safety, and understanding. Amen.